Welcome to Your Wealth Matters. I'm Janet Kim Singh, Portfolio Manager at Capstone Asset Management, and I'm joined by my fellow Portfolio Manager on the private wealth team, Maria Dawes. Today, we're discussing the life cycle of an investor and how, depending on what stage you are at in the cycle, it can impact your investment decisions. Maria, would you like to walk us through what a life cycle looks like from an investor's perspective?
Hi, Janet. And yes, let's talk about some of these stages. So typically we have three different phases in life when it comes to investing. And some people will say four, but we're going to try to keep it a little bit simpler here. And first off, we have the accumulation stage. And generally speaking, investors at this stage are perhaps just finishing school. They're getting their first job. They may still be single. There's no significant financial burdens or assets at this point, and their net worth would probably be pretty low. So generally, we're talking about people who are in the age range of about 20 to 39. And those in the next stage, in the preparation stage, are a bit more advanced in terms of age and in being more established in their careers. So while this could be considered the peak earning years, this is also the stage where one might look to home ownership, and they may have a family with dependents to financially take care of. And we know how expensive that is. And again, just a generalization, but people in this age are usually in their late 30s to mid 60s. And the last stage is the retirement stage, and that is one most people are familiar with. These individuals may have left the workforce. They're now depending on the income that they've accumulated in prior years to fund their lifestyle and are generally in retirement. And for simplicity's sake, we're looking at mid 60s, so age 65 plus for those in this category. So these are the stages in a nutshell, but we need to flesh out a bit more. So Janet, do you want to talk about how these life stages relate to investing?
Yes, sure thing. So in the accumulation phase, we're still learning the ropes in terms of budgeting. And it's during this time and even before then that it's paramount to instill those habits of putting away a little bit every month. Even if you're fresh out of school, maybe you're starting your first job with a meager salary, investing even just $100 a month into an RSP or a TFSA on a consistent basis and moving up from there. It compounds over time, and that can be very powerful versus having to catch up later in life. Investing early in life is especially important considering that when we do move into the preparation stage, finding that extra money to set aside when you're in the throes of raising a family can be all the more challenging. So, again, developing those habits of squirreling away whatever you can, I cannot stress that enough. So, both the accumulation and preparation phases are for building up that retirement nest egg. Now, let's touch on risk tolerance as it relates to time. So when we are young, we have many investment years ahead of us, which means we have a long time horizon. A longer time horizon means that you have longer to ride out those inevitable market cycles and fluctuations. Of course, it's not the only thing that determines risk tolerance, but generally speaking, when you are younger, you can afford to take more risks strictly from a time horizon. And then as we get older, our time horizon decreases, and incidentally, we tend to become more risk averse as well. So instead of targeting those aggressive growth funds that maybe were looking so appealing in our 20s and our early 30s, we may be dialing down on the growth objective and looking to more balanced funds instead. Now, by the time we're in the retirement phase, if we have planned properly, the objective will shift to focus more on preserving capital. And with that, looking perhaps to more conservative and income producing funds. The goal is that by the time we are in our retirement years, we will have built up a sizable enough nest egg, such as to provide income for lifestyle expenses during the golden years without having to put unnecessary stress on the portfolio. By this, I mean having an aggressive portfolio at age 70 or at age 70 plus is probably not a prudent way to manage risk, and in fact can be detrimental to your overall investment portfolio. So again, starting early and having a plan is important. Conversely, the retirement phase is not always an easy one for those who have been in the saving mindset for so long. But with proper planning and diligence, we can have that peace of mind knowing we've achieved some sense of financial freedom such that we no longer have to work. Now, everyone's situation will look different, of course, and by no means are we saying that one must or should stop working at age 65. Many people find much joy in maintaining some form of employment, either part-time through contract work. And I actually think this is really important and probably a great topic for a future Your Wealth Matters segment. But the point is that in the retirement phase, we are no longer reliant on traditional forms of employment in order to fund our living expenses. Maria, do you want to summarize everything that we've discussed today?
Sure, I'm happy to. So, younger investors may have a greater ability to take risk by virtue of having a longer time horizon. Two, having said that, time horizon is only one factor when considering your overall profile or tolerance. And investors in their peak earning years are often in their peak spending years as well, especially if they have dependents. Therefore, you need to plan accordingly. And during the retirement years, it's important to find that balance between ensuring that you have enough capital to last your lifetime while also being able to enjoy the golden years without overemphasizing one aspect too much. While we don't want to outlive our savings, we want to be able to relax a little bit, take the foot off the gas, and enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Thanks, Maria. So essentially, timing is everything and balance is the key. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Your Wealth Matters. And if you are transitioning between investor life cycles or in the throes of a particularly difficult life cycle and you're needing to be in touch, please don't hesitate to be in contact with us. And we'd love to talk you through that. Next month, we will be providing our quarterly update, and we look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now.
Bye.